Virgo, sun, moon, and rising, baby boo. I know you gotta be tired. When I leaned into your energy, it was kind of just like instant exhaustion. And I really think that has a lot to do with this Mercury retrograde. I'll give you the dates. Mercury retrogrades in Aries on March 15th. And so there could be just something around like, are you being your whole self? What it's time to rethink what you need to reevaluate. Um, on the 29th of March, he retrogrades back into Pisces. And I think that's where the sleepy, not sleepy, but just like drained, tired. Mercury does not like being in water. Mercury um, is not known for being in water. He traverses heaven, earth, and hell. And he's not direct. He's not direct until April 7th, and then April 16th, he goes back into Aries. It's a lot. Grab your shit. We got stuff to talk about, baby. Hey, Virgo, Sun, Moon, and Rising. What's up? It's your girl Jay, the High Priestess, back at it again with the general tarot reading for Virgo, Sun, Moon, and Rising for Aries season 2025, baby. Welcome to the real start of 2025. Happy Spring Equinox. This is like we're new year, new me. This is like do-over energy, like we're restart, we're setting over, like we're starting over. This is a whole new cycle with Aries season. So it's for honestly, this is giving end of an era just collectively. We are like collectively in some end of an era shit. And I really do want you to go watch the Aries season astrology video that has all the important astrological dates, but I'm gonna put you on game. Um, I said it in the first part. On the 15th, he retrogrades in Aries. On the 29th, Mercury retrogrades back into Pisces, where he does not like being. And so there's lots of like spiritual reevaluation because that Aries Pisces cusp, that Pisces Aries cusp, to me, as an astrologist, that's the most important cusp in the zodiac. Pisces is the end and Aries is the beginning. And some of y'all got to go revisit the end again. Some of you have to go revisit your beliefs. Pisces is I believe, Aries is I am. And that cusp is indicative of the fact that you don't know the fullness of who you are, Aries, I am, until you know what you believe in. Pisces, I believe. And so, in some sort of way, you got to go traverse the spirit world. You got to really figure out, do you believe in yourself? Do you know who you are? Are you standing up for all the things that you say that you are? Have you initiated all the things you were supposed to initiate? Are you making spiritual decisions, or are you making logical decisions? Are you making logical decisions when you're supposed to be making spiritual decisions? Are you making spiritual decisions when you're supposed to be making logical decisions? Is where are the lines blurred, or which are you cutting out? You know, there's just lots of reevaluation, and so you're being slowed down. The divine's not fucking around with you and wants you going in the right direction. And so before I feel like you're slingshotted back into Aries, which happens on April 16th, the day after my birthday, um, it's like new mind, new me. You, I feel like, come back into like, the end of Aries season, I feel like there may be like a little bit of an identity crisis that happened. Like, just it doesn't have to be, I'm being dramatic. Mars is making his way into Leo, so the dramaticism is coming out. But there could just be something there around like it's more than just new year, new me. It's more than just new mind, new me. I feel like your spirit is being renewed, your energy is being renewed. There's just so much about you that's being renewed and restored because you are willing to slow down and reevaluate everything. Um, so yes, let's clear out any funky ass energy. Welcome in, my benevolent ancestors, Mother God, Father God, Mother Earth, thanking you for the most useful, helpful, and divinely aligned messages for Virgo, Sun, Moon, and Rising for Aries season 2025. Baby, when I say my bra is full of every red or and green crystal, I should probably not be doing that. I'm trying to like move them up. Because when I leaned into your energy, all of a sudden I was like tired and drained. I was like, no, I got shit to do. I got to do this. I'm getting ready to go on a trip. Like, we got to get this done. And so I feel like whatever, you got to pull out all the stops, especially while Mercury is retrograde in Pisces. You got to pull out all the stops to do the things that you know that help you. That's not you ODing on fucking Adderall. I will say that though. Let me be clear. You may, you know, a little something here, but just don't overdo it. You know what I mean? It's funny. I almost said a bump. You know that shit's meth. That's all that is. It's like legal medical grade meth. Just putting that out there. Which don't get it twisted. You know, I used to be subscribed to Strattera when I was younger. But I've just started to find out how my ADHD actually works for me. But then again, I'm an entrepreneur, so I work for myself. So it hits different, you know. Being in a corporate setting is completely different, or being in some obligatory setting is completely different. So I am blessed as fuck, and I'm able to like allow my ADD to work out for me. I'm like, I have the ability to figure out how it works out for me because I govern my time. And some of you may need to get yourself in that position. What do you need to initiate? What do you need to start so that you have more control over your day, or you have more time allotted to you? There could just be something there. Or is there a higher position that you need to get in so that you can move more freely about your cabin? You know what I mean? Hydrate, light it if you need it. I got a little light purple lip to match y'all's tie-dye. Everyone's getting some variation of a tie-dye in Aries season. That's what I decided. And I thought that I had a shirt for every sign, but I don't. So some of y'all are going to get repeats, but you get this one first, Virgo. Ooh, and just as I was shuffling, I saw the Queen of Pentacles on the bottom of the deck. Virgo, you need to go outside. That's what I really think would really, really help you guys, especially while Mercury is retrograde in Pisces. You need to, and I don't mean be out in these streets. I mean, you need to go somewhere where you can find solace in nature. I think y'all forget y'all are an earth sign. Like, you can't just be in the office in the artificial blue light all the time. It will stress you out. It will strain you. It will strain you and drain you. You need your bare feet in the grass. Some of y'all bitches need to go to the beach without the family. Do some stuff by yourself. Mercury is retrograding in Aries and then goes back into Pisces. So Mercury in Aries, Aries is the sign of the self. This is a season for you to be putting yourself first. Understanding that that's the most healthy and logical thing that you can do. I'm not even going to go through this with y'all because we have this conversation almost seasonally, where I'm like trying to beg y'all to put yourself first and understand that like the playing Captain Save a Ho shit, the martyrdom, is not a good look, nor is it teaching your children what you think that it is. You being on E all the time is just like, oh, mommy is exhausted and tired. That's what women do. That's how they are. That's how life is supposed to be. That's what a wife does. Please reconsider please reconsider the messages that you're sending. See? Sorry for the mic noises, but please reconsider, for those of you who have children, reconsider what messages you're sending your children by way of how you take care of yourself. Virgo is the sign that governs specifically the mother-daughter relationship, but we'll say the mother-child relationship, you know, generally. And so there is something there around like, what are you, is exemplifying a word? I feel like it is. What's the example that you're setting? Even if you don't have kids, what's the example that you're setting for your partner, for your friends? You teach people how to treat you by how you treat yourself. And I feel like this is an important time. This retrograde is really important for you to start getting real clear about how you're treating yourself, and therefore how you're teaching other people to treat you. Because if you run yourself into the ground, if you run yourself ragged, everybody says, oh, like Virgo can handle it. Please, I can dump this load on her. I can do this thing. She can handle it. They can handle it. He can handle it. They can do whatever they're infallible. They're the superpower. They have infinite energy. They always get it done. They always handle it. Child, aren't you tired of handling shit? Aren't you ready to delegate and be like, sorry, boo-boo, this is actually your stuff. I'm going to put this back on your court. And that's what an Aries would do. Take it from one. So I feel like Aries season is really going to give y'all some gumption, is really going to point out the ways that you are not putting your oxygen mask on first. It's going to show you it's going to show you the flaws in your self-image, which is going to show you the holes in your self-worth. And it's going to remind you, yo, this is what you're teaching other people about you. Pay attention. All right. Thanking you for the most useful, helpful, and divinely aligned messages for Virgo, Sun, Moon, and Rising for Aries season 2025. The Three of Pentacles reversed. Some of y'all know you need to be in therapy. I said it. Fight me. Some of y'all know you need to be in therapy. Some of you know that you need to ask an expert. Some of you know that you should not be DIYing this thing. Some of you know that you need help. Some of 11:11 on the clock. You hoping and wishing and praying and love for some fucking help, but you won't open your mouth and ask for it. Some of you, first thing to be clarified on the Selenite throne for Aries season 2025, Virgo, Sun, Moon, and Rising, why won't you ask for help? Why are you denying help? Why do you keep, I'm going to say it, such useless people around you? Why are you depending on people who have shown you that they are fucking useless? Especially, I just heard some of you have people in your life who are weaponizing their incompetence. This fucker could do it. Especially if they have Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn placements, maybe Cancer, Pisces, or Scorpio too. Some of y'all have an earth or water sign who just loves to weaponize incompetence around you. But I don't know how to do it. It's better. It tastes better when you do it. It's easier when you do it. I don't know. Like, you do it better than I do. Get the fuck from around me. Some of you need to speak on this. And understand, like, it's better to teach someone to fish than to just keep giving them the fish. I had to learn that lesson. It's funny. I'm not going to tell that story. But someone did that to me. They were like, you film this, watch yourself, address what you think that you could do better. And then we'll talk about it from my level of expertise, but I want you to observe. And I was like pissed off at first. And then I was like, oh, you're right. Oh, you're right. Because then I'll grow. Then I'll expand. Then I'll expand my knowledge. It'll make me think. And some of y'all are afraid that somebody's going to be like afraid to put the ball back in someone else's court because they're going to be pissed off at you. I'd rather them be pissed off. Wouldn't you rather them be like pissed off for 10, 15 minutes and then be like, oh, okay, well, this is an opportunity for me to learn. And if they never come to that conclusion, that's problematic. Because I was like annoyed. And then I was like, oh, okay, well, this is going to make me ask different questions. This is going to expose me to a different thought process about this thing. I also feel like the first thing to be clarified on the selenite throne, or in Aries season, Virgo, Sun, Moon, and Rising, it's time to reevaluate the blueprint. If you look at this card upright, it's a couple taking a blueprint to an architect. And I feel like this is reversed because it's time to, there has been, and there will be some sort of, something turns to rubble. Something falls apart. Something isn't going as planned. And I feel like you keep thinking that you're dropping the ball, but this is actually the divine doing this. It's like, scrap it. Nope, scrap it. Destroy this. Remove this. Because there's a flaw in the blueprint. And I feel like it's time to create a new blueprint for life, for whatever it is you're trying to build, for this business, for your family dynamic, whatever it is. It's time to build a new blueprint. It's time to also evaluate the old blueprint so you can see, okay, this actually needed to be moved here. This room doesn't make sense next to this room. This, the balcony should be over here. You know what I mean? Metaphorically. It's time to revisit the blueprint. Restructure the blueprint. Especially if you're dealing with somebody with Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn placement, someone else with Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn placements, I feel like there's some sort of like ending. Let's reconfigure this. Let's come up with a new plan. Or just straight up ending. This has been destructive. Or let's end this destructive phase. Or this has been destructive. I'm distancing myself from you, or I'm removing you from my life. Whichever conclusion you come up with, you got to at least acknowledge. You got to at least stop ignoring the fact that some shit has turned to rubble. Something is not working anymore. Something is broken. Something is structurally unsound. And some of y'all are refusing to collaborate with an expert or someone who is more experienced so that you can rebuild it properly. Especially if this person that you're dealing with isn't spiritual. It's like, for some of you, one of you knows that we need to talk to God about this. One of you knows we got to consult the universe. And I feel like some of you are in a situation where you're not equally yoked, and this other person is like not doing the spiritual work that's needed to make this shift happen and it be congruent and to bring back alignment. 17 minutes out and we only got one fucking card out. All right. 17 minutes in, excuse me, and we only have one card out. Please continue for Virgo, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Why do I feel like I'm always going off on y'all? Ooh, I want to hear in the comments how that full moon total lunar eclipse in Virgo was for y'all. Please let me know, just for science. Tell ya, bitch, what happened. All right. Ooh, there we go. Yep. Page of Swords. Break it on down so we can come up with a new plan. New mind, new me. Some of you have great ideas. Some of you, there is someone younger than you that's bringing you resolution or bringing you a great idea. I also feel like whatever is broken, please take the high road. Do not be petty in your communication. Not y'all's strong suit. But stop being petty. It's not going to help anything. It's not going to make the situation better. If anything, it's going to make it worse. Take the high road. Speak to everybody with respect. If you need to walk away, if you need to go calm down before you reply, please do it. especially if it has to do with like a marriage, a relationship, or a professional setting. I just say in general, let that be the advice, but do not pop off. And Mercury retrograde is gonna like be pressing your buttons and want you to pop off. But I feel like this is a learning lesson. Going center of the reading being the Four of Pentacles. I feel like this restructuring of the mind is happening because there's way too much lack and scarcity mentality, way too much clinginess going on, especially if you're involved with somebody with Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn placements. There could just be something about like why being miserly or mismanaging your money. It's like, okay, we know that we need to we need to tighten the budget on this. So why are we spending so much money on this? Or we know we need to save for this. Why are you spending money on that? I feel like there's really important conversations that you need to have with yourself, your partner, and for those of you who are in like a managerial position, some of you may need to have like a budgeting conversation with your boss or the team leader. There could just be something about, hey, I found a hole in the budget, or I have new ideas on how to get out of lack or scarcity. I have ideas on how to bring in more income. I like going from the 3 to the 4. That's nice. Next card is the Five of Wands. And the ways to get out of the financial hole or to get out of scarcity mentality could be multiple streams of income, understanding that you have multiple passions, you have multiple gifts, multiple talents, multiple things that you can pursue. I do feel like once Mercury goes direct and re-enters Aries on April 16th, I feel like there is a buttload of energy that you're going to get. And it may feel really combative. I just feel like Virgo, you may just be real combative or agitated or aggressive, and that's not going to help. This is a whole new cycle that you're trying to end. I feel like there's opportunities for completion, but yeah, you're going to have to fight for something. And the bottom of the deck is the King of Pentacles. We originally had the Hierophant on the bottom of the deck, but these cards came out. The High Priest, the King of Pentacles and the High Priestess were the rest of the cards. I only take 5 cards. So these were the cards that came out with those cards. So the High Priestess is going to go on top of the Hierophant, and the King of Pentacles is going to be on the bottom of the deck. But this is interesting because the High Priestess and the Hierophant are each other's counterparts. And for them to be put back together, I feel like there's something about once you get over the once you guys get more masterful with your self-worth and your money and your communication, the counterparts come back together. I feel like there are a lot of opportunities for restoration of relationships, romantically, familially, or even platonically. It's interesting that there's so much stuff going on about money here. I do feel like come Taurus season, the King of Pentacles is Sun in Taurus. Come Taurus season, this cycle of feeling broke or having to pinch pennies or something, like this is changing. I feel like you start to evaluate your role in it. Stop being stubborn. 22 on the clock. You start getting masterful with your mind. You're ruled by the planet of the mind. You start getting masterful with your mind. You start really implementing new habits, new tasks, new ideas. You save properly, but stop attaching anxiety to your money. Stop voicing your limitation. Some of y'all just keep saying how broke you are, keep talking about how tight everything is. You keep verbalizing your limitation, and I'm telling you, words are spells. If somebody asks you how business is or how things are going and you want to complain, you just reinforcing that limited energy. That it's like you're reinforcing the spirit of limitation. Life and death are in the power of the tongue, baby. And even if you're being sarcastic, we often joke ourselves into situations we don't want to be in. Stop voicing the limitation. Quit talking about or complaining about How I feel like if somebody asks you what's going, I'm blessed. I am blessed. Everything is going in my favor. I am so lucky. Everything works out for me. Inshallah, like, alhamdulillah, everything is going my way. God is good. The universe is so good to me. Even if that feels untrue, stop voicing your limitation. I feel like some of you are casting a spell of broke bitch energy on yourselves by way of keeping complaining, and then you're tired and you don't want to do this and you don't want to do that, and it's just like you keep talking and talking and talking about how bad it is, and it just keeps getting worse and worse and worse. For That's not for all of you, and if you don't resonate with this reading, good, lucky you. And keep telling the universe how lucky you are, and thanking them that this is not the position that you're in. Some of you have gotten a bit neurotic. I feel like and that's where Mercury retrograde in Aries is like, nope, reset, pull this hoe back, reset. We're not continuing on with the neuroses. And that could be a part of why you guys are evading therapy. There's something there around like, and I honestly don't think you need more medication. I think you need more nature. Your like circadian rhythm needs to be reset. Some of you aren't sleeping properly. You're not eating well. You're eating processed foods like for every fucking meal, not drinking enough water. Speaking of, hydrate with water. And I feel like that full moon total lunar eclipse in Virgo highlighted some shit. I mean it when I say this is an end of an era. When the outer planets start to move, Neptune in March, Saturn in May, Jupiter, I think, in June. Okay, I'm trying to tell you. Some shit wants to end. And for the World card to be the only major arcana out, I feel like a puzzle piece clicks into place the closer that we get to Taurus season. The King of Pentacles is Sun in Taurus. And I feel like you are finally starting to apply your faith come Taurus season. Oop, yeah, and the Hierophant is Taurus too. I'm showing you a little bit of the plunge. Y'all come join my ethical cult over there on Patreon. I'm going to clarify all these cards and what we call the Patreon plunge. There's all kinds of astrological content on Patreon. There's a tier for daily readings. So check it out. For free shit, check out my Instasham at JustJ_everything. TikTok is at JustJEverything. And for other dope shit that I do, my website, JustJEverything.com. Over there, you can book a personal reading with me as well. It's interesting that I'm like touching myself. Like, I feel like I'm trying to like give myself a hug. I just looked at my body language and I was like, what is happening? And it's interesting also because Taurus is touch. Taurus governs the senses. And I feel like there could be like sensory overload, or you're like not getting enough sunlight, not getting enough sleep, not getting enough like live foods or nutritional input. Give your body the nutritional input it needs so it can give you the energetic output that you're asking of it. And I feel like some of you need to travel, need to go to nature. Some of you need to travel by yourself. You need to do something by yourself. And I feel like that could cause a shakeup in a relationship, or a family. There could just be something there around, I need to do this alone. And there could be just drama around you wanting to take some time for yourself. That's what I mean by you teach people how to treat you. Because the thing is, Virgo, a lot of you enjoy. Aries, tough love, I love you. But a lot of you enjoy being needed. You want certain people dependent on you. There's a part of you that enjoys your like people being like clingy or icky, like icky clingy style to you. It's like you want everybody to be like your baby. Everybody's suckling at the fucking teat until your tits are fucking shriveled up and you are running on E for the last, 5 years, and you have nothing left to give. And then you guys go into martyr mode and you want to complain about everything. And it's like, no, you set your shit up this way. So that's why the crumbling is a coming on down, because y'all set your life up in such a way that there's a lot of things that you're not happy about, and you have to fix it. No one else gets to come in and fix it. Some of you are like, there are people who are disrespecting you, or people who you don't like the way that they talk to you, or you feel like they're inconsiderate, or they don't consult you. This is how you made them. You gave them permission. You kept letting shit slide. You didn't enforce your boundaries. So do you really get to be mad at them? I'm not necessarily suggesting you be mad at yourself. I'm suggesting you get fed up and change some stuff. You don't need to be mad at anybody. This is like, okay, I just heard Fabo's Fabulous is, this is how you made me. This is how you made me, nigga. This is how you made me. This is how you made me. And I feel like somebody is delighting in the fact, low-key delighting in the fact that they can just run all over you. They can just talk to you in your own kind of way. They can just go in your purse and grab whatever they need. They can just do whatever, because you ain't never checked. No, you ain't never checked them. That's going to shift, especially after April 16th, when Mercury goes back into Aries. I feel like you finally start checking people. And there will be conflict. Because this new cycle is like, nah, we ain't taking this into the rest of 2025. We're not taking this into our future. And so you're going to have to get out of lack or scarcity mentality. Some of you don't check people because you're afraid they're going to leave. So what? Let them go. They will be right back. That's how it goes with Virgos. Yeah, let them leave. They'll leave, but they'll come back because you let them be dependent on you. And so when they come back, then you can set the new standard. Or you can give them your whole ass to kiss wherever you are in that relationship, But there's something there around, we're not operating at a lack or scarcity mentality. There is so much pie out here, I can get myself a slice or two. There's so much pie out here, you can go get yourself a slice or two. Don't wait on me to serve you a slice. Let me stop yelling at y'all. I'll see you over on Patreon. Okay, actually, no, let me zoom out a little bit. Number one thing in Aries season, y'all gotta get grounded. Bare feet in the fucking grass. Bitch, go to the beach. Go in the mountains. Get in nature. Go play in the forest. Go, in the jungle. Do whatever it is. Even if that looks like you traveling somewhere. Even if that looks like you getting off this continent. Go. Because you need a reset. And I feel like the puzzle pieces start to come into play. Click in place whenever you're by yourself, communing with the God of your understanding and receiving the information, receiving the order of operations, receiving the new, I don't know, it's interesting that I just said receding. I'm touching my hairline. Maybe some of y'all are about to start losing your hair if you don't start tending to this stress. Some of you, your hair may already be thinning. The hairline may be like, Uno reversing on that ass. I'm so sorry to word it that way. But I feel like if you don't start tending to your stress, it's going to take a physical toll. Solely because repressed emotions are how physical ailments manifest in the body, babe. Your secrets and the shit you don't say, that's the stuff that makes you sick. And so this cycle wants to come up to be completed. You can experience completion, fulfillment, protection, celebration, feeling like you got to a next level. Okay, also some of you are going to there's some kind of party or an event or an anniversary, and there will be a fight. There will be conflict over this thing. There will be drama. I just feel like the way to avoid the drama is to get clear about what your boundaries are very, very early on in Aries season. Some of you have to like completely level your relationship, like completely, like either we're breaking up or it's a new day, we're leveling our everything, is like we're starting from ground zero, we're starting entry fucking level, and we're going to relearn how to communicate with each other. We're going to teach each other new communication tactics, especially if this has to do with someone with Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn placements. There may be somebody with Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius placements coming in with lots of good ideas. I feel like you should listen to their ideas. Or there's somebody that's very precocious, someone that has lots of questions, is going to make you think about things differently. I feel like there are people who are communicating with you on a different level, and you need to learn how to restore or like completely redo how you communicate. We've talked about this before. There may be somebody with Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius placements in your life that is like struggling with the whole lack of money or the lack or scarcity mentality. There could be lots of competition or combative energy with this Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius person. There also may be somebody with Aquarius placements that I feel like Aquarius governs the future. And so there may be somebody with Aquarius placements that's helping you see through the frustration into the fruition. That's helping you see what things could be like. It's time to get future focused. You know, the retrograde, I feel like, is really going to have you reevaluating your belief system, reevaluating the past, reevaluating how you set life up so that you can build it back again. New construction. I'm ready to clarify these cards. Hopefully I'll see you over on Patreon. Come on, let's get into it. I love you. For the full version of the video, go to Patreon.